Do you think he'll recover?
I don't know. It's too soon to say. We should let him rest.
There are thousands of bodies piled in the streets.
He's been very feeble for weeks. He can't get up. He doesn't speak. Do you think we should call a doctor?
Call a doctor? Here?
You're right. Let's just hope he wakes up one of these days. Come on, my friend. Hang on. Don't give up.
Please, let me get to
Wake up, Michael. Come on, you have to wake up.
Who are you? Who's there?
Please, Michael, wake up. Wake up.
This silence. And this darkness. Where am I? Damn it. I can't remember. Where are you? Where are you hiding?
Michael, please wake up. You have to wake up.
Michael? Is that my name? Please tell me where I am. I can't remember anything. What's happening? What is this place? Please, tell me.
Wake up, Michael. Please wake up. Wake up now.
Don't go! Please! Come back! Come back! This silence. This darkness. This emptiness.
Good morning. I hope you're feeling better.
But...
Now don't be alarmed. I'm glad you feel strong enough to get out of bed. That's wonderful news. I must say you're looking much better, considering what you've been through, of course.
Who are you?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive my manners. You've been with us for so long that I forgot that you don't know who we are. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rod Atkinson. Well, I was the director of the Municipal Property Registry before, well, you know, before the world collapsed on us.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Atkinson. But... where am I? What is this place?
You are in what I venture to call our home. Our humble, hopefully temporary home. This is one of the many trailers that make up the refugee camp. And believe me, we can consider ourselves lucky to live between these four walls. Most of the inhabitants of this hellhole, excuse my crude language, have nothing more than plastic tarps and cardboard for shelter.
Wait a second. Did you say refugee camp?
Yes, of course. The Facility for Temporary Accommodation of Disaster Victims is what they called it. You know, after the army declared martial law following the catastrophe. You look a little confused, if you don't mind my saying so. Do you really not know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I'm afraid not. Let me ask you. Can you tell me what I'm doing here?
Yes, of course. I think we owe you an explanation. A few days after the Great Wave, we found you lying in a ditch near the airport. You were badly injured and unconscious. We couldn't just leave you there. Someone had already stolen your luggage and identification. It was awful. So we decided to take care of you ourselves and brought you here. You've been with us ever since. By the way, I should tell you that when we found you, your clothes were ripped to shreds, so we threw them away. The clothes you're wearing now are mine. You'll find more things in that wardrobe. If you need anything, just help yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Atkinson. But... the Great Wave? What are you talking about?
Well, what would I be talking about? That damned, excuse my language, explosion that brought ruin to all of us. The origin of this filthy new world that now seems to be our permanent reality. But do you really not remember? Do you really not remember anything about all this?
I feel a little weak and dizzy, Mr. Atkinson. Excuse me. I'm afraid I can't. I can't remember a thing.
I see. There have been many cases like yours in the camp. Try to rest and not to get too agitated. Well, there's one thing I can tell you. You can consider yourself fortunate. There's nothing nice to remember about recent times, believe me.
You said with us. Who else lives here?
Ah, yes, of course. I still haven't properly introduced my family to you. Now is a bad time, but I promise to make proper introductions later. My wife and I sleep in the other room, and, well, little Colin sleeps with us.
Colin?
Yes, Colin is our only child. Our one ray of hope since the catastrophe. I'm going to confess something to you. Colin is the only reason my wife and I still struggle to keep going in this new world. We would have given up a long time ago if it weren't for him.
Of course. I understand. So that was your wife's voice that woke me up a few minutes ago, right?
My wife? No, that's impossible. My wife has been with me in the other room the whole time. We haven't come out of there for hours. But I'm glad you're feeling better and are fully conscious now. I guess we could say you've been reborn. And although the circumstances aren't the best, simply being alive nowadays is practically a luxury. So, welcome to our home.
From what you've told me, I see that you've saved my life. I'm very grateful, Mr. Atkinson.
No, please. You don't have to thank us. We just did what we had to. It's our moral obligation to uphold the ethical principles of civilization in this new world. But call me Rod, please. And, well, we also did it for Colin, you see. What kind of future does he face if we accept that it's every man for himself, that no one cares about anyone else? It's a terrifying prospect, don't you think? We're just doing whatever we can to avoid that future, that's all.
Rod! Rod!
Please excuse me, but I have to leave you now.
No, wait, please. What's happening? Don't go yet.
I'm sorry, I understand that you have a lot of questions to ask me, but now isn't the time. Believe me, I promise to answer each and every one of your questions in peace and quiet later. Sorry, but I have to go.
Rod, please, quickly!
Okay, all right.
Now that you're feeling better, you can go out and take a walk around the camp. But please, be very careful out there. The world you knew before is gone. Heed my warning, don't touch anything. Don't talk to anyone, and don't get mixed up in anything. At least until someone explains to you how things work in this new world the Great Wave left us. Everything has changed so much out there.
All right. Thanks for the advice.
Ah, one more thing before I go. You've been with us for quite a while now, and we don't even know what to call you. What is your name?
My name? Michael. My name is Michael.
Very pleased to meet you, Michael. We'll talk again later, I promise.
Michael. That's what that disembodied voice called me. That must be my name. Wake up, Michael. That's all she said. Leaving me in this immense void where I can't remember anything. Great wave? New world? Refugee camp? But what the devil could have happened out there? I think it might be a good idea to go out there and take a look. There's a very worn old notebook hidden on it. It looks like someone stashed it here sometime. A a pile of frying. Ugh. I'm not gonna snuff out. Impossible. I'm afraid my host forgot. It's an unframed snapshot, stuck directly on the wall of the room. 2 adults and a child smiling at the camera in what looks like an enormous yard. One of them is Rod, my host. Well, look at that. When I pulled back the sheet, part of it got torn on the spring sticking out of the bed frame. I hope Rod doesn't notice. The bed turned into a... I just don't... It's an old accounting ledger that still has a few blank pages left in it. From what's written in here, it looks like someone was using it as a document before ripping out almost all its pages and... Good God, what the hell happened here? Rod was right. I don't know what hit this place, but whatever it was, it struck into its very foundations, without any mercy whatsoever. What's happening now?
You better hide, dude. Don't you know that it's dangerous to show your face when the cleanup brigades come into the camp? You're new here, aren't you?
Yeah, you could put it that way.
Well, welcome to your new home. I'm Hank, but everyone calls me the Hunter.
I'm... Michael. But what's going on up there?
Nothing, Mike, just routine. The cleanup brigades are taking away a sick person, a dissolved. You know how it is, just doing their job. Ironically, that house belongs to one of the camp moles. Those traitorous scumbags.
Brigades, dissolved, moles... I don't know what you're talking about. I can't remember anything.
Oh, I see, you're a blankhead. Well, you better get up to speed real quick if you want to survive here, Mike. Find me if you need help, dude. I can get you whatever you need. Doesn't matter where it is, how fast it runs, or where it tries to hide. That's why they call me the Hunter.
All right. I'll remember that.
Come back here! Don't take her away! Don't you know who I am? Come back here! Ah!
They shot that poor man in cold blood. But why did they do that? Hey, Hank? I'm afraid he's gone. But what's happening? What is this? What the hell's going on here? Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind. The half-scrap remains of a sports car, but now... It's the lot outside Rod's truck. Something tells me it might...
Hey, you! Stay away from...
Okay, okay. A bunch of shit. I can't imagine. That's Rod's wife. She looks worn out with those dark... Rod seems upset. That must be little Colin. Was that him I heard moaning in pain and... On the other side is the... From here, it looks like... I'd say that it's... On the other side is... He must be one of the inhabitants. Ouch! Damn it! I managed to rip open the sole of my foot in a rusty nail.
Hey, it's not a good idea to walk around barefoot in this enormous trash heap.
Yeah.
The tip is yours to keep. But if you... Wait, I recognize you. Aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Of course You owe him your life. Don't doubt would do what he did for you.
Yes, but tell me. I've been hearing about...
What kind of question?
Well...
The Great Wave is the reason the entire world went to hell in a hand.
I've been able to see that with my own eyes. Can you tell me anything else?
Okay, I'll tell you. The Great Wave hit us one Friday afternoon right out of the... I'd made a lot of money. First, we felt the ground quaking. Then came the explosions. Blast in just a few hours. That damn Great Wave.
The Dark Age?
Of course, in a matter of minutes. And after the initial chaos, the dissolve. That stupid breach up there. The fact is that the remains of the old system only held up for a few weeks.
The new world?
Yes, indeed. Welcome to the future.
Confined?
Refugee camp. It seems like things are... Look around you. It's an army detention camp. And you'd never be able to get through the gate. Doesn't matter who you might have been before the... If you're just a camp rat, I'm afraid I don't...
Of course I do.
You can keep the word.
The shooting.
Explain what? Someone got There's usually a pact of silence in it, but in this case, the dissolved was a relative of one of the camp.
But they shot a man.
Yes. So the price of human life has gotten a lot.
Did you say...
Of course, the dissolved. But what the hell's wrong with... Let me give you a piece of advice about... Even if they don't give you that deadly disease or drive you crazy, you saw it with your own eyes.
A camp?
A spy. A stool pick. And so they pay some of the inhabitants who comes in. They're scumbags. Never trust them.
Okay.
You're welcome. But stay...
Tell me about...
Well, I don't know him very... Did you know that before coming here, but they're not good enough to get that stupid do-gooder and his family?
Stupid...
Well, you know how it is. Right? He has helped a lot of people in the... I reckon that he's too weak for these times.
You said he had a son. I don't know. I still haven't seen him.
Well, I'm glad he's not anywhere near...
Well...
Just be...
No. I think it would be better to go back and... Impossible, I'm afraid. It's no use. It won't... A pile of frying... Ugh, this... I don't see anything here that could be covered. The oil... Better enough. Let's see. Perfect.
Damn it! This damn shithole!
I'll have to do this quickly, before this man... Well, let's see what we have here.
They mean to kill us all!
Ugh.
That's what they want!
I don't see anything but rotten food, tattered clothes, and trash. Wait a minute. It seems like there's also a small... What the hell is this guy doing with so much plastic money? There's nothing. This guy's in.
This filthy shithole is going to be the death of us.
These the charred and misshapen remains of a bank card. Assuming there's anyone capable of finding a cat.
Damn it! What's going on?
Let's see if I can. Good. But the card is trashed. For my sake, I hope that guy outside never finds. Not just yet. It won't take more than a few hours for the wound on my foot to turn. What for? I'd only end up with an. I took it out of here. Why would I want to put it back? The pillowcase is quite large. For now, it's just a pillowcase. I don't think it's a good idea to.
They mean to
For now,
kill
it's just.
us all. That's what they want.
It would just get dirty and wrinkled inside his shopping cart. So. I don't think doing.
A
What
person
for?
can't even breathe in this hellhole anymore.
I don't think it's a good idea. No doubt. Use this here? No question. So no. To be frank, it doesn't seem like. I don't think. To be frank, it does. Why change the sheets? I've been putting this fabric near the oil. I'm afraid I can't. I don't see any way of using. What for? Putting this fabric near. It doesn't. I don't see any. Why change the sheets? No, I think it would be better to go back inside the trailer. It's no use. I can hear the same one. I don't quite see. White, folded, with a scent, but this pillowcase is the nicest thing. What for? To be frank. I'm not going to waste the wit. That would only make up, and those shoes wouldn't be. The pillowcase is quite large. It's not going to fit in. Not just. It won't take more than a few hours for the. It won't take more than a few hours. A depressing sight. This is the bed where I've been convalescing all this time. Okay, let's see how well. use a little of what's in the box. The oil lamp is better not fool with it. Here goes. I'll use the bandages on my... Let's pray this improvised...
What bastard you tried to...
I think that guy out there just discovered the
Some coward in this... Who was it? Who was it?
Did you hear that noise, Rod? What's going on out there?
I don't know. I'll go have a look. I think it's a good...
Don't ever say anything like that again, Rod.
I'm sorry. What are you doing here? Get out of here!
Rod, I'm sorry. But...
Get out of here, Michael! I shouldn't have behaved that way. It's just that I can't...
Wait.
It's no use trying to hide it. And the authorities claim his illness...
Highly contagious? The dissolve?
Michael! I won't... Yes.
And what exactly does...
I don't know, Michael. The only news is what the army brings us. They say the disease is highly... But no one has ever come back after being carried off.
Yes, of course.
They say that all the victims are that at the end of their suffering... I think that even the army is afraid of the victims. Really, things you wouldn't...
What things?
Strange things. In their trances, they go places, Michael. They bring... And we've been living like this for weeks. The things that are happening around...
Talking to the dead? Jesus. But how did Colin...
We don't know. The only thing we know is that the disease appeared after...
So the Great Wave brought the disease...
Yes, but don't use that word again. It's so... In effect, that's the only thing we know for sure about all this insanity.
What's happening to Colin is terrible.
Well, I'm convinced that our finding you was...
But you said yourself that all...
No. All is... It seems that in the city, on the other side of... But we can't get it here. And my
So there's a...
Yes. And so it's reserved for city dwellers who get us that drug, Michael. Colin's time.
Getting involved looks...
Infection? Without our help. What's more, I could help you in return.
Give me back what I lost? But you hard...
I know the essential part.
Blankhead.
A blankhead is a person... It seems that the Great Wave had an enormous or even the worst case. There are people who even... Some ended up dying of starvation. They forgot what food looked like. You can consider yourself lucky. The natural recovery process is slow. It can take months. Listen to me, Michael. It's just a shadow. I could trace your name. I could restore... But please.
I'm grateful.
Listen to me, Michael. In fact, our child is the... So if there is even the please... For God's...
Rod, come in.
Bring us that cure. Colin is our own... Goodbye,
No, Rod. Wait. Bring a drug? Is he out of... I can barely remember who I am. But Rod was right. A man... He offered to help me get my life back. My memories. So to get that drug.